grass and branches, leaves. Okay, a tiger eat flesh of other animal. Human eat all types of food. Okay, all the plant product and animal product. So all the animals, including human being, they do not eat the same kind of food. That's why, depending on their feeding habit, animals are divided into the following category. One is herbivores, carnivores, omnivores, scavenger, and decomposers. See, herbivores are the animals which feed on plants and plant product. Okay, the animals which feed on plant and plant product, they are called herbivores. Herbivorous animals. Okay, then carnivores, the animal which feed on the flesh of other animal, they are called carnivores. And omnivores are the animals which feed on both plant and animals. Okay. Then scavengers, these are the animals which eat dead and decaying animals. Okay. Hyena, vulture, okay, this type of animal, they feed on dead and decaying animals. And decomposers. See, scavengers and decomposers, they are very important because they clean the environment. Okay. Decomposers are the animal including small organisms. They feed on dead and decaying plants and animals. Okay, they feed on dead and decaying plants and animals. They clean the environment. Okay, so scavengers and decomposers, they are very important. So we studied about herbivores, omnivores, scavengers and decomposers in feeding habit. Then the next part is breathing organs in animals. See, breathing is an important process for all living things. During breathing, an exchange of gases takes place. Oxygen is inhaled and carbon dioxide is exhaled. The intake of oxygen is necessary as it helps to break down the food and release energy which is required to perform various activities. See, different animals have different breathing organs. Some of them are, see, insect. Insect exchange the gases through small opening on their body surface, which is called spiracles. They breathe through spiracles. Then gills is the breathing organ found in aquatic animals like fish, crab, tadpole, prawn, etc. Okay. Other animals like reptile, birds and mammals breathe through their lungs, including human beings. The function of lungs is to transport oxygen which is inhaled through the nose to the blood and release carbon dioxide from the blood. Animals like frog, toad, that spend part of their life on land and part of their life on water. So that's why they are called amphibians. Amphibians means they can live both in water and on land. Okay. When the frogs are young, these animals live in water and breathe through gills. When they become adult, they breathe through lungs on land and moist skin in water. Okay, that is the breathing organ in animals. Then the third one is movement in animals. See, unlike plants, animals can move from place to place. Plant cannot move. Okay, they can show movements, but they cannot move like animals. This movement is called locomotion. It not only helps them to obtain food and get shelter, but also helps them to protect them from danger of predators or natural calamities. See, movement is very important because it helps them to search for food and shelter, and also it protects them from harmful, dangerous animals. Okay. Study some of them. Insect can move in various ways. They can walk, jump, fly, hop or crawl. Butterflies and mosquitoes have one or two pair of wings that helps them to fly. Termites and lice etc. move by crawling. Similarly, ants and cobblers, they work. Reptiles like lizard, snake and crocodile use various forms of locomotion to move one place to another place. Some of them have legs and some use their scaly skin to move by crawling. Tortoise and crocodile, they have legs and move about using them. A snake, on the other hand, doesn't have legs. It uses the scale present on the underside of its body to move. Then how do the birds move? See, birds can hop and walk on land. It can swim in water and fly in air. The forelimbs of birds are modified in the form of wings that help them to fly. Crows, sparrow, eagle, parrot, etc. are common birds that can fly in the sky. But there are some birds which cannot fly. The birds like ostrich, emu and kiwi, they cannot fly. That's why they are called flightless bird. Then terrestrial animals like lion, tiger, elephant and many others have two pair of limbs. Most animals use the four limbs to walk, run and for other movement. Like that, aquatic animals like turtle use their limbs to swim. Others like frog use their webbed feet to swim in water, while they use their long hind legs to hop on land. Fish have fins to move in water. Then the last point, migration. Why do the animals migrate from one place to another place? See, migration is defined as the movement of animals from one region to another in response to change in season, habitat or availability of food. So, they migrate in response to change in season. Because of seasonal change and availability of food. Most of the animals, they migrate from one place to another place in search of food. This happens at regular period of time and during particular season. Animals migrate because the condition of their habitat become adverse to support life. Either the weather become too hot or too cold, or the available food become scarce. So usually the word migration is more closely associated with the movements of birds. Birds migrate twice in a year during spring and autumn. But only some birds migrate, not all. The birds that migrate are called migratory birds. You can take the example of Arctic terns. Arctic tern nests near the North Pole in summer and flies all the way to Antarctica in autumn to escape harsh conditions. And butterflies, besides birds, some of the animals like caribou, elk, some bears, whale, etc. they migrate in search of food. Among insects, butterflies and moths also migrate. A very common example in monarch butterfly that migrate from Canada to Mexico in winter. So, your homework is you study about feeding habits of animals, then various breathing organs or in animals, then movements in animals. How do the animals show their movement? Then migration.